This is one of our tomato slicers. This particular model is called Tomato Pro. The specific model is the 0694N. These are available in straight cut and scallop cut versions with multiple different thicknesses. After using one of these for a period of time, you may experience blade breakage. In the event of blade breakage, it's a twofold problem. First of all, you'll need to replace the blade assembly, and second of all, you will need to repair the pusher assembly, most likely because it'll have collided with a blade and needs to be repaired and respaced. To start that process, I'm going to disassemble the slicer. To do that, we'll remove the two top set screws up here on the rods. The rods carry the whole carriage for the pusher fingers, so it's important that we remove them first. And two set screws from the bottom. We can then pull the rods out and remove this whole carriage assembly and pusher finger assembly. We replace this assembly and by removing these 4 bolts, putting the new assembly in, and tightening these 4 bolts good and tight. So I will move the slicer out of the way and remove the pusher assembly from the carriage and handle. First thing we're going to do is we're going to file the burrs off of this pusher finger. We got to have those out of the way so that they don't wind up in the food ultimately after the blades have been replaced and we're reusing this unit. The best way to do that is we will use a flat file, single cut. That's what this is. They come in various sizes. This is about a medium size. You can get these smaller. Single cut because it's not very aggressive, yet it will still remove the burrs. So I'm going to get that in the middle there and take off the burrs on the top side. I'm going to get it on the bottom side of that finger, remove those burrs. And now the key thing is to correct the spacing. We can see that this single finger bent out of space. And when we say use a screwdriver to pry it into place, this is what we're talking about. So what I'm trying to do is create an even space between these, relatively even, better than it was. It's hard to get it perfect, but as you can see, it's much better. We will then install that pusher assembly back onto the handle. We'll bring the slicer back in. And now we need to remesh this pusher assembly into the blade assembly. So the thing we need to see is that the first pusher finger is between the top 2 blades and that there's a finger between every blade on downwards. So this can be a little tricky. Getting this all meshed in right, but you can see how it needs to be. We'll install the rods again. We want to make sure that the rods are flush with the end of the casting before we tighten the set screw. Retighten 2 set screws on the bottom. and we're all ready to go. Before putting this unit back into use, you should wash this unit to remove any metal debris that may be residual on it and any other chemicals that may have been applied to it while you were fixing or working on it.